Good evening, thanks for clicking on the play. I'm Dave Morris. Coming up in today's episode, the repair cost on a heavily damaged downtown office building is climbing, and the Oklahoma City School Board looks at making improvements at those metro schools. But first, an undercover prostitution sting netted 42 arrests in northeast Oklahoma on Monday. It's a story our Sheila Stogsdill is working on, and joining us to tell us more about these stories, the Oklahoman's Nick Tragakis. Thanks for your time today.
Sure.
And what can you tell us about this sting in northeast part of the state?
This was a 4-day sting orchestrated by the Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drug Control over 4 counties involving local law enforcement out there. And what they're telling us is they made 42 arrests related to prostitution complaints. One of the people that was taken into custody was a 15-year-old girl that they say was a victim of human trafficking, and they've taken her to a shelter and hoping to turn her life around. And Sheila will get into some of these other stories of who these people that were arrested were.
Okay, very interesting. Moving on, engineers are looking over an office building that was heavily damaged during the May 31st storm.
Yeah, this is a 70-year-old downtown building called the 100 Building. It's at 100 North Walker. When the storms came through on the 31st, of course, there were really bad tornadoes out in El Reno and some that came through the metro. A big problem they faced downtown was just a torrential downpour that lasted several hours.
You're right, downtown flooded pretty good that night.
And this 100 building, the water rose to 8 or 9 feet in the basement, essentially flooded the entire basement. It had knocked out communications, had knocked out the elevators. And from May 31 to now, the building, they've still not been able to use it. So all the office workers there have been displaced. Our Bill Crum got his hands on a structural review of the damage there. And what we find is that the damage total is at least at $500,000 right now, and might be even more than that once they take an even closer look at it.
Gotcha. Another story, the Oklahoma City School Board is expected to approve millions of dollars in funding for a number of projects, and those projects are what Tim Willert is looking at.
Yeah, it turns out there's about $5 million left over in Maps for Kids funds. And one thing that the school board has said they will use that money on is to build a gymnasium/storm shelter at Cesar Chavez Elementary School. Now that's notable because the school has about 1,000 students in it. It's the district's largest elementary school. And also because in light of the May 20th storms down in Moore and South Oklahoma City, there's been a big push for these safe rooms incorporated into the schools. And this seems to be a step where Oklahoma City School District is being proactive about making that happen.
And we'll have that coverage of the Oklahoma City School Board meeting in tomorrow's editions of the Oklahoman and on newsok.com from our Tim Willert. Nick, thanks for your time. One more thing to tell you about. Sports Illustrated released part 5 of its 5-part series on Oklahoma State University. We have analysis videos already online at newsok.com. More coverage can be found in tomorrow's editions of the Oklahoman as well. Have a great night, everybody.